This question says the quantity of ice cream in both buckets is identical. Which ice cream will melt faster? Is it the ice cream in bucket A, which is a cylindrical bucket, the ice cream in bucket B, a cubic bucket, or, if it cannot be determined, then mark C. So we know we have the same quantity of ice cream in both buckets, which means that the volume of both buckets is also the same. Because if it's the same ice cream and the same amount of ice cream, well then it should occupy the same space. So which bucket will melt faster comes down to the surface area of each bucket. Because if they have the same volume, then the amount of heat that's going to be absorbed, and therefore the rate at which the ice cream melts, will be a function of the surface area. So for example, if the surface area of A happens to be larger than that of B, well then the ice cream in bucket A will melt more quickly. So we need to calculate the surface areas of both buckets. So for A, which is a cylinder, the surface area is equal to 2 pi r squared. So pi r squared is simply the formula for the circumference of a circle. And in a cylinder, like we have in A, we essentially have two circles at the top and bottom of the bucket. And then we have to account for the surface area of the other faces here, which is equal to pi times d times h. So it's the diameter and the height along with pi, since again this is still a spherical shape. And this will be the surface area of bucket A. For bucket B, so the surface area of bucket B, I can label this one A. Again, this bucket is cubic, so it has 6 faces, and therefore the surface area will simply be 6 times A squared, with A squared being the surface area of one face, and there are 6 faces, so therefore 6 times A squared. So if we want to actually figure out what the surface areas are using either of these formulas, we need the radius, the diameter, the height, but we don't have any of this information. So without that information, we actually can't determine the surface area, and therefore the answer is C.